60 seconds on the clock. No pauses, no breaks, no oxygen. You come into this ring with basic cadence, you get overwhelmed on the first exchange. Lock the studio doors, dial the speed up, and don't blink. Welcome to the 16-bar blitz. Let me show these part-time spitters what continuous rapid pressure feels like. Look, come on, count the bars. I'm commanding the 16-bar blitz, where you seen these car hits, executing clean, sweet, far trips, stacking green sheets, star hits. Automatic precision when I step into the box, dropping rapid fire equations while I buy out the blocks. Amateur spitters are stumbling, mumbling, gasping for breath while I'm delivering the blitzkrieg rhythm that leads to their death. High velocity tactics with a heavy set weight, executing plays that decide the block state. Wind tunnel pressure blowing straight through the grid, showing every single rival what the Brooklyn Monarch did. From Fulton Street corner ciphers fast in the dark, to leaving every slow moving novice in the park. They can never catch the breath control, never hold the crown. When the heavyweight monarch comes to liquidate the town, multi-syllabic artillery firing straight through the booth. Undisputed king dropping high-speed truth. Yeah, check the time, look. Continuous pressure running high-speed through the booth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. My internal engine operating at maximum torque, dominating every single boulevard in New York, paralyzing competition when the momentum shifts fast, leaving every slow-minded rival stuck inside the past. You choking on oxygen by the third or fourth ball, while I'm riding on the slipstream like a 5-star star. Tactical enforcer draped in heavy leather gear, striking every single hater with a cold, sharp fear. Flawless execution, technical breath, control supreme, dominating every single corner boy dream. They brought basic arithmetic to a high-speed fight, getting crushed underneath the weight of Brooklyn speed might. Supreme authority, crushing the whole squad, moving like a high-velocity lyrical god. So let the hi-hats roll while the sub-bass rattles long, immortalizing blitzkrieg power in the bulletproof song. Yeah, look. Continuous pressure running high speed through the booth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. 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 Yeah, 16-bar blitz. No clauses, no oxygen tanks needed. Tell the engineer to lock the master cut. We just set a speed record at 106. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed, Style, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Rapid pressure, bad boy for life, baby. We out. We out. We out. Yeah. 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 Count the clicks, look. Yeah. Every second paid in full. You can't verse the tempo if you don't know how to keep time. Set the clock, tighten the screws, and don't miss a beat. Welcome to the metronome monster. Let me show these sloppy spitters what precision looks like at maximum speed. Look, come on, count the clicks, huh? I'm the metronome mobster, set the tone master, stepping home lobster, jet alone proctor, calculating equations while I'm pacing the block. Never slipping on the rhythm when I'm winding the clock. Every offbeat rapper getting crushed in the grid, showing every single rival what the Brooklyn King did. Mechanical precision, moving fast in the dark, leaving every sloppy spitter paralyzed in the park. Sub-bass rattling, my engine on torque, dominating every avenue across New York. Pulling velocity cadence when I step to the mic, executing every hit with a surgical strike. Heavyweight stature with an automatic tongue, slicing through competition while the pendulum swung. Undisputed timing on 106 bounce, weighing every single bar down to the exact ounce. Yeah, check the pendulum, look. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Yeah. I'm a clock working enforcer with a bulletproof stance. Never giving amateur a secondary chance. Watch him choke on the oxygen and stumble on the snare while I'm floating over triplets with an elegant air. High speed processing my engine supreme, dominating every corner boy's fantasy dream. You brought basic arithmetic to high velocity math, getting swept off the pavement on a dangerous path. Double time acceleration hitting like a freight train, inflicting total terror on a competitor's brain. Heavyweight stature in a tailor-made coat, holding every single rapper by the neck and the throat. 106 BPM, ticking rapid and clean, operating as the rawest spitter ever been seen. So let the hi-hats roll while the sub-bass knocks, keeping absolute control across all 6 blocks.
Yeah, look. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did.
Yeah.
Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on.
Yeah, metronome mobster. Perfect time, 0 mistakes. Set your watches to Brooklyn Standard Time. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Moss, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Clockwork precision, bad boy for life, baby. We out, we out, we out.
A landline receiver picks up with a fuzzy, scrambled line buzz. A deep, tense drag off a cigarette by building 3 headlights off from the parked sedans down below. Could be a bus, could be a setup. Either way, lock the steel door and don't turn on a single light. Welcome to Project Window Paranoia. Let me show these amateur operators how to watch the block when you live in the clouds. Look, come on, check the courtyard. I'm living Project Window Paranoia. Object info paranoia. Pro step and flow character destroyer. Slow step wind blow terrace for ya. Terrace for ya. 14th floor in the pitch black living room, watching rain rattle hard on the window pane bloom. Steam on the glass, I wipe it clean with my sleeve. Calculate and move so the crew can safely leave. 3 a.m. down below in the courtyard space. Shadows lurking near the benches with a hidden face. Heavy piece tucked secure beneath the Shoreland coat. Whispering tactical orders down the landline throat. Park sedan sitting dark by the incinerator. Calculating every risk like a mathematician calculator. Federal wiretaps buzzing through the copper wire while the rain hammers down on the rusted AC tire. Is it rival competition setting up a strike? Or the narcotic squad creeping down the alley bike? I tell my partner down the line, keep the lamps turned low. Watch the elevator bank in the lobby below. Surveillance from the top tower, watching every move, ensuring every single maneuver stays in the groove. Yeah. Wipe the steam off. Look, watching from the high-rise tower through the rain and steam. Protecting every asset of the kingpin team. I spot the sweep early from the 14th floor view, recognizing unmarked cruisers in the midnight dew. They think the high-rise towers trap us inside, unaware but the secret stairwell past where we hide. I whisper down the receiver, hit the B-stair door, bypass the lobby, exit out the basement floor. I slam the landline down, letting plastic blinds drop, executing high altitude moves that never stop. Timberland soles silent on the concrete floor, securing double deadbolts on the heavy steel door. Squad cars flood the courtyard down below with light, completely outsmarted in the middle of the night. Amateur operators freeze when the badges roll in, while I navigate the dark where the legends begin. 12-bit SP 1200 crunching on the drum loop, keeping total dominance over the whole group. High-rise elevation, keeping vision crystal clear, eliminating every single threat and every single fear. They can circle building 3 till the sun comes up, while the kingpin sips slow from a clean glass cup. Yeah. Look, watching from the high-rise tower through the rain and steam, protecting every asset of the kingpin team. Watching from the high-rise tower through the rain and steam, 14th floor. By the time they hit the lobby elevator, we already across Atlantic.
High Bronze Vision, Brooklyn Street, Noir. Bad boy for life.
We out. Yeah. Silence in the hall. Turn the sheet music over. They write basic melodies, but we compose high-speed masterpieces under pressure. Put away your beginnerance. You're listening to a grandmaster work the podium. Welcome to the Spitfire Symphony. Let me show these part-time musicians how to conduct absolute chaos at maximum speed. Look, come on, count the tempo. I'm conducting the Spitfire Symphony, big fire chivalry, executing quick fire delivery, leaving every sick liar shivering, orchestrating madness while I'm standing at the mic, executing every single bar with a surgical strike. You brought a basic recorder to a grand hall concert, getting flattened by the heavy bass line and the monster. Dramatic violence swells cutting through the dark, leaving every out-of-tune spitter paralyzed in the park. Heavyweight stature with a conductor baton, dominating every avenue from dusk until dawn. Sheet music burning when the rapid hi-hat kicks, executing high-speed maneuvers with 90's tricks, automatic cadence, moving faster than sound, proving who controls the whole street. Underground, multi-syllabic arrangement, spitting out in gold, ensuring every single story of the monarch is told. Yeah, turn the page down. Look, high velocity orchestration, tearing through the hall. Undisputed master making every rival fall. Undisputed master making every rival fall. My internal orchestra playing full volume, leaving every amateur spitter trapped in the gloom. We swap the sheet music, then we take the stage, flashing every single rival with a high-speed rage. You choking on the tempo when you gasping for breath, while I'm floating over triplets with a lyrical depth. Heavy leather shirling coat draped over the frame, proving why the Brooklyn Monarch dominate the game. Full scale orchestra moving like a storm, keeping all the high roller compositions in form. They brought basic violins to an automatic fight, getting swept off the podium in the dead of the night. Triple beam accuracy with a bulletproof flow, dominating every stage everywhere I go. So let the hi-hats roll while the sub-bass knocks, winning every single high-speed battle on the blocks. Yeah, look, high velocity orchestration, tearing through the hall. Undisputed master making every rival fall. Undisputed master making every rival fall. Yeah, Spitfire Symphony, flawless composition, maximum speed, zero mistakes. Tell the orchestra to pack up the brass and clear the auditorium. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. High speed classical. Bad boy for life, baby. We out. Yo. 4 o'clock teacher locked the door and left the keys with the janitor. They thought keeping us after the bell was a punishment, but they just gave us 45 minutes of free studio time. Press record on deck B and let the magnetic tape run. Welcome to the detention tape. Let me show these part-time spitters what raw after hours 1994 street pressures. Look, come on, watch the real spinner. I'm recording the detention tape, locked in pre-pension shape, planning my 3-tension escape, stepping in knee flexing crate, 4 p.m. chalk dust settling on the blackboard frame, turning after school confinement into an underground game. Ready, dripping off the pad, writing out the master plan, passing bootleg dubs directly from hand to hand. Hall monitor
Riders walking past the door, totally blind to the high caliber mathematics running through my mind. Magnetic tape, reel spinning on the dual deck boombox, dropping raw street science while the wall clock ticks and knocks. They thought the tension was a sentence meant to break my spirit. Now the whole borough's begging for the tape just to hear it. Heavyweight stature leaning back in the student desk, constructing multi-syllabic patterns, completely grotesque. 12-bit SB 1200 crunching on the drum break, demonstrating how much discipline and talent it takes. Refuting street ciphers, the empty classroom floors, smuggling raw tape recordings through the back doors. Analog tape hits burning through the speakers loud, hypnotizing every single member of this street crowd.
Yeah.
Check the tape counter, look. Bootleg cassette dubs circulating through the block. Undisputed monarch locking down the street clock. Bootleg cassette dubs circulating through the block. Undisputed monarch locking down the street clock. Step into the classroom cipher if you dare to challenge. Watch how I maintain the absolute street balance. Big pen scratching out equations on line notebook sheets, translating real life survival straight into these beats. Rival MCs brought basic rhymes to the after hour spot, getting crushed underneath the weight of everything I got. I process every single verse at high velocity speed, giving every tape trader exactly what they need. Cassette heads grinding while the red record light glows, proving who controls the territory everywhere he goes. Heavyweight authority holding down the back row, delivering a raw, unpolished, legendary show. They try to confiscate the tape, but the dubs already spray, living rent-free inside every competitor's head. So let the war clock tick and the tape reel spin, proving why the 94 foundation always win.
Yeah.
Look. Bootleg cassette dubs circulating through the block. Undisputed monarch locking down the street clock. Bootleg cassette dubs circulating through the block. Undisputed monarch locking down the street clock. Yeah. The tension tape. Tape ran out in the side A. Dub it up, dub it. Pass it, trade it, run it across the city. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Bootleg cassette culture forever. 1994 raw tape sound. We out. We out.
Keep your eyes on the corner and no string. 4 precinct cruisers just cut they lights 2 blocks back. They ain't responding to a call. They setting up a grid. Tell the team to stash the heat and clear the staircase now. Welcome to Sirens over No String. Let me show these repless cats how a true veteran maneuvers when the block gets hot. Look, come on, watch the lights flash.
Watch the lights flash. Watch the light. Hear the sirens over no strand while tyrants cover close land and environments in gross hand with iron bins and coat bands. Standing in the dark hallway watching through the stained glass, watching how the local precinct let the midnight hours pass. Blue and red flashes reflecting off the wet asphalt, calculating every move so the team don't take a fault. Police scanner chatter buzzing soft inside my coat pocket, intercepting federal frequencies before they try to lock it. Heavy leather shawl and buttoned up against the chill, keeping cool composure while the block is standing still. Unmarked cruisers rolling past, floating with the lights low, trying to catch the kingpins off guard in the rain glow. I press the receiver to my ear and speak the code fast. Dump the stash down the dumbwaiter before the squad pass. Rain slaps hard against the brick wall outside the venue while I navigate the dangerous street level menu. Precision under pressure when the sirens start to wail, ensuring every single move keeps us far away from jail. Paranoia peak level, standing on the 3rd floor, guarding every single entry near the heavy back door.
Yeah, check the hallway mirror. Look,
sirens wailing down the block under the heavy storm, mastering the dark terrain where street legends are born. Sirens wailing down the block under the heavy storm, mastering the dark terrain where street legends are born. I spot the tactical supervision, setting up the blockade, checking every single vehicle for moves that were made. I step into the shadows near the fire escape ladder, ignoring all the background noise and cheap street chat. I whisper down the scramble line, execute the ghost route, take the alleyway through Macon, clear the South Scout. I hang up the rotary line, stepping down the rear stairs, outsmarting every detective who thinks he caught us unawares. Timberland soles gripping slippery steel steps clean, operating like a phantom on the Brooklyn night scene. Cruiser speed past the alley with they sirens screaming loud, completely unaware I'm slipping right into the crowd. Reckless cats panic when the precinct swoops the block, while I keep my eyes steady on the ticking street clock. 12 good SP 1200 drum break crunching through the rain, showing why the master strategist runs the whole domain. 10 steps ahead of badges in the local street rivals, writing books on late night urban tactics and survival. They can flood Nostrand Avenue with every squad car around, but the monarch moves in silence through the underground.
Yeah, look.
Sirens wailing down the block under the heavy storm, mastering the dark terrain where street legends are born. Sirens wailing down the block under the heavy storm, mastering the dark terrain where street legends are born. Watch the lights flash, lights flash, lights flash, lights flash. Watch the lights flash, lights flash, lights flash.
Yeah.
They talk about speed, but they ride the brakes when the turn hits. You can't match the acceleration if you don't know how to handle the weight. Floor the pedal, lock the steering, and don't look back. Welcome to Velocity Versus.
Let me show these slow moving cats what maps on the accelerator, never looking back. Look, come on. Watch the needle climb.
I'm unleashing velocity versus dodging atrocity, curses, pockets, plushes, philosophy, purses, ride a monopoly, hearses, turbine engines humming while I'm tearing up the lane, leaving every slow competitor in psychological pain. You brought a factory standard cadence that is slipping on the track while I step on the accelerator, never looking back. Kinetic friction burning rubber straight into the street, showing every single rival how the kingpin compete. Heavyweight stature leaning back against the leather seat, running high velocity maneuvers every time we meet. Speedometer redlining, cutting through the windshield, leaving every basic spitter frozen in a cold fear. Rapid fire acceleration, moving like a drag race, giving every street corner all the power in the place. Multi-syllabic fuel injected straight into the core, executing plays that keep us winning even more.
Yeah.
Red line, motor.
Look,
Maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did. Maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did. My internal verbal engine operated full throttle, sipping chilled expensive vodka straight out of the bottle. We bypass the radar and we vanish in the night, slicing through the opposition with a high-speed mic. You choking on the exhaust and gasping for some air while I'm floating over triplets with a heavy set glare. Heavy leather Sherland coat draped over the frame, proving why the Brooklyn monarch dominate the games. Win turbo velocity, never losing traction, delivering a double-time surgical reaction. They brought basic bicycles to a high-octane race, getting past on the asphalt race without a trace. Triple beam accuracy with an automatic flow, dominating every boulevard everywhere I go. So let the hi-hats roll out of sub-bass battles, winning every single high-speed lyrical battle. Yeah. Look, maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did. Maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did.
yeah. Velocity Versus. Pedal to the floorboard, Needleberry past 160. Tell a crew to clear the highway and lock down the precinct. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island,
pure acceleration. Bad boy for life, baby. We out. Yeah. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, but the robe sure feels comfortable.
They thought royalty was inherited,
but we carved this throne out of raw concrete and turned it into pure silk. From corner stoops to satin robes and absolute sovereignty. Welcome to satin and sovereignty. Let me show these entry-level pretenders what real kingly elegance sounds like when you rule the city. Look, come on, admire the rain. I'm holding satin and sovereignty, flattening this property, matching this comedy, controlling this Latin monopoly. 60 floors above the pavement where the peasants tread, draped in tailored silk drapes, eating buttered bread. Private champagne toasters under chandeliers so bright, turn the street corner hustles into royal height. Custom satin lapels brushing on the velvet couch, no longer carrying nickels in a leather pouch. From scraping nickels together in the Brooklyn chill to ruling hip-hop royalty from the high-rise hill. Heavyweight monarch, relaxed in my imperial zone, watching entry-level rappers try to reach the throne. I tell a butler, keep the Dom Perignon on freeze. We taking royal maneuvers across overseas, floating on the 70s soul chop with supreme grace, leaving my permanent mark across the whole place. Lacy, heavy bounce flowing like liquid gold, ensuring every story of the king is richly told. Unmatched elegance, stepping in bespoke attire, taking every single thing that my heart desire. Yeah, pour the bubbly high. Look.
We made it from the dark street corners to the royal throne. Draped in satin, yeah, we ruling everything we own. Living like kings tonight under the city lights, celebrating sovereignty and soaring tonight.
Remember back in Bed-Stuy when the heat was off. Now I'm sitting in the penthouse with a velvet cough, brushing off the pretenders with a gentle smile, demonstrating kingly presence in immortal style. They try to clone the royalty but missed the mark. I'm glowing like a diamond in the pitch black dark. Stoop wisdom translated into imperial command, holding all the power of the kingdom in my hand. Gold rings gleaming while I sign the ledger sheet, proving how a true king dominates the street. From Fulton Street ciphers to international fame, forever ruling supreme over the rap game. Smooth multi-syllabic schemes floating over horns, crown resting easy, stepping over all the thorns. So clink the flutes high while the soul loop plays, basking in the glory of these golden days. Undisputed monarch, sitting comfortable and proud, surrounded by the cheers of the admiring crowd. Yeah, look. Satin and sovereignty. Toast to the court. We started on the concrete and ended up in silk robes. Valet, keep the penthouse doors locked tight. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island, Imperial elevation. Bad boy for life, baby. We out.
Yo, fifth period lunch. Clear off table 4 and move the trays. They bring cafeteria gossip, but we bring heavy grade acoustics. Back
when all you needed was a hard table, a plastic pen, and a cold flow to shut down the whole school. Welcome to the lunchroom beatbox. Let me show these kids what real 1994 Brooklyn cypher pressure sounds like. Come on, slam the table. I'm mastering the lunchroom beatbox, setting punchroom heat locks, running through the drunk room, street rocks, taking front room seat blocks. Fifth period chaos, knuckle slamming on for Michael Wood, showing every student how we do it in the neighborhood. Slapping plastic lunch trays to mimic the snare drum, watching every rival spitter stand completely dead dumb. No fancy studio, just milk crates and hall passes, teaching lyrical geometry to all the senior classes. Dusty cassette deck, recording the raw session, turning cafeteria tables into a lesson. Timberland boots stomping rhythm on the tile floor while I lock down the cipher and guard the main door. Cardboard milk cartons, studding to the heavy kick, executing schemes that are mathematically sick. Heavyweight presence leaning back against the wall, watching wannabe spitters stumble in the hallway. All complex, multi-syllabic patterns written on the desk, operating as the rawest rapper on the East Coast crest. Analog tape piss spinning in the background noise, separating real Brooklyn men from the local boys. Yeah, check the tray slap. Look, wall table acoustics cracking through the quiet hall. Undisputed mind, I'm making every rival fall. Wall table acoustics cracking through the quiet hall. Undisputed mind, undisputed mind. Step up to table 4 if you think you got the nerve. Watch how I deliver what these amateur spitters deserve. Sliding big pins across the hard plastic surface, proving every rhyme I write serves a higher purpose. Rival MCs brought weak verses to the lunch line, getting crushed under the weight of this flow of mine. I process every single bar with precision and grit, giving the whole cafeteria something heavy and legit. Cassette reels turning while the tape head grind, showcasing the unbelievable power of our minds. Heavyweight stature holding down the center bench, undefeated champion of the street level trench. From Bed-Stuy corners to the high school grounds, dominating every cipher with these underground sounds. They try to bite the cadence, but they stumble on the beat, crushed under the weight of unpolished street heat. So let the knuckles pound in the plastic tray slap, proving why Brooklyn stays monarch of this rap. Yeah, look, wall table acoustics cracking through the quiet hall. Undisputed for minor. Wall table acoustics cracking through the quiet hall. Undisputed monarch. Wall table acoustics cracking through the quiet hall. Undisputed monarch, making every rival fall. Yeah, lunchroom beatbox. Period over, clear the table and head to 6th period. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. 1994, take deck 4. Bad boy for life. Rotary phone clicks on a scrambled line, emitting a fuzzy low-frequency buzz. A gold lighter clicks, followed by a slow, tense drag and a quiet exhale against the glass. The beat drops, a dusty, crunching 12-bit SP, 1200 kick snare loop. Let me show these amateur cats how a real chess master operates in the dark. Come on, watch the street. On the watch the street, watch the street. I'm posted on the decal, Bav stakeout, walking this real hard path, stay out, watching the field star math break out, while the wheel dark craft take out. 3 a.m. Wiping down the condensation glass, watching every tenant sedan slowly trying to pass. Scramble rotary phone vibrating on the seat, relaying whispered updates straight to the street. Underneath the leather Sherlin coat, holding the heat, keeping my eyes glued to where the alleyways meet. Is it federal agents mapping out the whole block or local competition trying to measure up the stock? I tell my passenger, don't blink, keep the glass fogless. Surviving in the city where the environment is lawless. Raindrops slapping heavy on the hood of the Benz, evaluating who's real and who's pretending to be friends. Heavyweight stature, breathing silent in the dark, spotting unmarked cruisers parked down by the park. Street level arithmetic, calculating every risk, keeping my operation moving smooth and crisp. Paranoia running deep, but my focus real sharp, navigating through the shadows while the night dogs bark.
Yeah, wipe the glass down.
Look,
3 a.m. fogged up glass. Keep the engine running, stay alert. 3 a.m. fogged up glass. Keep the engine running, stay alert.
surveillance creeping through the rain and the mist, mastering the art of staying off the federal list. I spot the setup early, before the track is spring, analyzing every single move they try to bring. Dark sedan across the street flashes high beams twice, signaling the move that's cold as solid blocks of ice. I grab the scrambled receiver, whisper code down the wire, flank the back alleyway, disarm the whole fire, counter maneuver, executed clean and real swift, leaving both the badges and rivals stranded in the drift. Amateur hustlers panic when the blue lights flash, while I maneuver through the grid and protect the whole stash. Never slip, never fold, keep the composure cool, teaching every entry-level player street-level school. 12-bit SP 1200 crunching on the drum break, proving how much discipline and strategy it take. Heavyweight monarch, 3 moves ahead of the board, holding down the Brooklyn territory with a sharp sword. They can set up wiretaps and sit out in the cold, but the story of DeKalb Ave is already told.
Yeah, look. 3 a.m. fogged up glass. Keep the engine running, stay alert. Dodge the lows. 3 a.m. fogged up glass. Keep the engine running, stay alert. Dodge the lows.
Surveillance creeping through the rain and the mist, mastering the art of staying off the federal list. The federal list. Yeah, the DeKalb Ave stakeout. Tell the team to pull back. They sitting on empty pavement now. Rain's clearing up over Fulton and St. James. Badgers got 0, rivals got less. Bad boy for life, baby. We out. 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 Yeah. Check the assembly. Look, roll the bay doors down and kill the lights outside. They bring us factory standard rhymes, but we strip them down to the bare metal in 30 seconds flat. Swap the engine, restamp the block, and run it out the back gate. Welcome to the chop shop cadence. Let me show these part-time mechanics how a true master dismantles the track at high speed. Look, come on, check the assembly. I'm operating the chop shop cadence, dropping top-notch statements, slicing through hot block pavement, collecting stopwatch payments. Air wrenches spinning while I'm stripping down the frame, leaving every slow mechanic weeping in the game. You bought a factory standard cadence that is rusted and weak, while I restamp the engine block before you can speak. High pressure pneumatic power slicing through the steel, showing every single rival how the monarch really feel. Heavyweight stature leaning back against the bay, running midnight operations out in Fulton to the day. Sparks flying off the grinding wheel, cutting through the dark, leaving every basic spitter stranded over in the park. Rapid fire assembly line running at full speed, giving every street corner all the horsepower it need. Multi-syllabic mechanics locked down in the vice, executing plays that pay the high roller price. Yeah, restamp the block. Look at the industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. Look at the industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. My internal engine block operating at peak performance, crushing competition with an overwhelming enormous stance. We swap the VIN numbers, then we roll out the back, slicing every single rival when I'm stepping on the track. You choking on the exhaust fumes and tripping on the wire while I'm accelerating triplets through the high octane fire. Heavy leather Sherlin coat draped over my chest, proving why the Brooklyn King operates the absolute best. Full throttle acceleration, never overheating the engine, delivering a high speed double time ventures, they brought basic hand tools to an industrial fight, getting dismantled completely in the dead of the night. Triple beam precision with a bulletproof flow, dominating every avenue everywhere I go. So let the hi-hats take while the sub-bass rattles, winning every single high-velocity street battle. Yeah, look, industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. Industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past.
Yeah, chop, sharp cadence, clean assembly, zero defects, stripped to the bone. Tell a garage crew to pack up the tools and roll a custom frame out front. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island, Midnight Mechanics, bad boy for life, baby. We out. We out. We out.
Yeah.
Toast to the top floor. Pour another 2 fingers of Belvedere and watch the city lights flicker. They thought we stay down on the pavement, but now we stepping on Italian leather and custom marble. From worn out sneakers to bench-made brogues and crystal glasses. Welcome to Belvedere Brogues. Let me show these entry-level players with real high society victory sounds. Look, come on, check the elevation. I'm living Belvedere Brogues, leaving behind a sheltered year of robes, welcomed in a global sphere of globes, relaxed in velvet draped in bows. Yeah, 60 stories up, looking down on Brooklyn street lights, remembering the cold nights, turning them to penthouse heights. Chill vodka glistening inside the crystal tumbler glass, watching every doubt and hesitation slowly pass. Handcrafted Italian bro stepping across the polished tile, navigating high society meetings with a confident smile. Custom double-breasted suits with silk lapels so crisp, turning every single obstacle into a minor slip. From scraping nickels on the corner just to buy a meal, to sitting at the mahogany table signing $1 million deal. Heavyweight stature draped in the finest cashmere, celebrating all the victories we built throughout the years. I tell the waiter, keep the champagne chilled on the stand. We taking executive moves across the whole land, floating on the 70s soul chop with effortless charm, keeping my perimeter secure and protected from harm. Lazy heavy bounce flowing smooth like expensive wine, ensuring every single venture turns out completely divine. Yeah, fill the crystal up. Look,
We made it from the dark street corners to the penthouse view. For the Belvedere, yeah, we celebrated everything new. Stepping in handcrafted bros, we shining bright tonight, living out our dreams under the city light.
remember when they said a big man wouldn't make it this far? Now I'm pulling up to gala events in a custom chauffeur car, diamond cufflinks catching reflections from the chandelier, making it abundantly clear that the kingpin is here. Brushing off the critics with a soft, quiet chuckle, adjusting the gold designer buckle across the leather buckle. They tried to imitate the style, but they lack in the class. Watching entry-level players break like cheap window glass. I talk slick, sip slow, and keep the empire solid, making sure every single account stays richly polished. Stoop wisdom translated into corporate executive wealth, focusing on longevity, success, and good health. From St. James Place corner spots to international flights, earning every single reward under the bright lights. Smooth multi-syllabic schemes floating over the horn stair, taking everything we wanted, leaving nothing to grab. So clink the glasses high while the soul sample plays out, removing every single shred of uncertainty and doubt. Undisputed monarch sitting comfortable on the throne, claiming every single luxury we rightfully own. We made it from the dark street corners to the penthouse view. Pour the Belvedere, yeah, we celebrating everything new. Stepping in handcrafted
Belvedere Brogues.
Toast to the team. We started on the pavement
And ended up in the clouds.
Valet, bring the dark sedan around front. Shout out to Focus Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Rossi, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. High-rise elevation. Bad boy for life, baby.
Wait.
Hallway cipher, clear the circle and put the notebooks away. They try to decipher the code, but they can't even solve the first bar. Back when the beat came off a dusty tape and the rhymes were written in chalk on the back wall. Welcome to the chalkboard cipher. Let me show these new cats what raw 1994 Brooklyn lyricism. Brooklyn lyricisms. When the tape starts rolling, look, come on, read the board. I'm mastering the chalkboard cipher, co-walk with Viper, extending my crossword writer, crushing every chalkboard biter. 1994, writing bars in the back of the class, watching rival MC stumble while the hour hands pass. Dusty tape deck grinding in the hallway space, dropping raw street logic right in the challenger's face. Timberland boots scuffing on the tile floor while I lock down the cipher and seal the main door. Chalk dust flying off the slate when the beat hits hard, demonstrating pure supremacy in every bubble yard. I tell the circle, keep the cadence steady on the beat. This is unpolished mathematics coming straight from the street. Heavyweight presence leaning back against the wall, watching entry-level rappers try to stand tall. Complex multi-syllabic schemes written out in green, operating as the raw spitter on the local scene. Analog cassette tape hiss in the background loop, protecting the reputation of the Brooklyn stoop. No shiny polish, just raw drum breaks and heavyweight, establishing the golden era doctrine across the state. Check the talk line. Look, unpolished 12-bit pressure breaking down the local door. Undisputed monarch of the 94th floor. Unpolished 12-bit pressure breaking down the local door. Undisputed monarch of the 94th floor. Yeah. Step into the hallway circle if you dare to test. Watch how I dismantle all the lyrics in your chest. Mathematical precision translating street life, turning blackboards into weapons sharp as a knife. Rival MCs brought basic rhymes to a masterclass, getting shattered like a pane of cheap window glass. I process every single bar at high velocity speed, giving every street corner cipher everything you need. Cassette reel spinning while the tape heads grind, showcasing the unbelievable power of the mind. Heavyweight stature, holding down the stoop ground, undefeated champion of the raw underground sound. From St. James Place to Fulton Street school halls, writing classic street literature across the brick walls. They try to bite the cadence, but they trip on the rhythm, crushed under the weight of my multi-rhyme system. So let the snap and snare crack in the tape his spin, proving why the 94 era always gonna win. Check the chalk line. Look. Unpolished 12-bit pressure breaking down the local door. Undisputed monarch of the 94th floor. Unpolished 12-bit pressure breaking down the local door. Undisputed monarch of the 94th floor. Yeah, chalkboard cipher, class dismissed. Put the chalk down and clear out the hallway. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. 1994 raw tape sound, baby. Bad boy for life, for life, for life, for life, for life. Yo, check the route, look. Yo, Route 44, all the way to the end of the line. Move to the back seats and keep your hands off the deck. They bring basic chatter for a short ride, but we dropping continuous heat from the rear bench. Back when all you needed was a transfer pass, a dusty tape, and a heavy cadence to hold down the whole vehicle. Welcome to back of the bus bars. Let me show these commuters what real 1994 city lyricisms sounds like when the diesel engine idles. Look, come on, check the rap. I'm spitting back of the bus bars, over crack on the dust cars, rolling track on the rust stars, launching attack on the thrust stars. Grab 44 rumble diesel island down the avenue, showing every passenger the caliber of what we do. Fogging up the back window, writing out the multi-scheme, turning public transit into every young spitter's dream. Tappy rings on metallic handrails to build the beat, dominating every single block along the city streets, tearing up the vinyl upholstery with heavy boots, deeply rooted in the rawest underground street roots. Monthly transit pass tucked inside the leather coat, delivering the cold truth directly down the throat. Cassette deck churning with the heavy tape hits, giving all the commuters something they can never miss. Heavyweight stature holding down a long rear bench, undefeated champion of the city street trench. Complex, multi-syllabic pattern, spitting that cold, making sure the whole transit story is properly told. 12 with SP12 under drum break, cracking the frame, asserting absolute dominance over the city game. Yeah, tap the handrail. Raw transit acoustics, the cracking through the diesel undisputed monarch, making every rival dog. Step up to the back bench if you think you got the nerve. Watch how I deliver what these amateur spitters deserve. Riding through the borough with the windows far thick, executing cadence that is mathematically sick. Rival MCs brought weak verses to the back door, getting flattened out completely on the rubber floor. I process every single bar with precision and grit, giving the whole city bus something heavy and legit. Cassette reels turning while the tape head grind, showcasing the unbelievable power of our minds. Heavyweight authority holding down the rear seats, locking down the avenue with neck snapping beats. From Fulton Street transfers to the end of the line, dominating every cipher with this flow of mine. They try to bite the cadence, but they stumble on the rhythm, crushed under the weight of this raw lyricism. So let the diesel engine idle and the handrails ring, proving why the backbench belongs to the king. Yeah, look. Raw transit acoustics cracking through the diesel undisputed monarch, making every rival dumb. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. 1919, 4 cities, transit raw, bad boy for life. Don't say my name on this line. I'm at the payphone on Atlantic. Booth glass is cracked. Water's leaking through the roof. 2 dark sedans just made a slow right turn with no lights on. Moved the package out the back entry. Before the clock hits 3:15. Welcome to 3 a.m. payphone whispers. Let me show these amateur operators how to move in the dark when the whole city is listening. Look, come on, watch the glass up. I'm relaying I'm relaying 3 a.m. payphone whispers near seaside, Greystone blisters, watching free climb, waypoint sisters, dodging knee deep, stray bone tempers, standing under cracked glass while the rain pours down, surveying every corner of this paranoid town. Cold quarters clinking as they drop inside the slot, relaying coded messages to keep the corner hot. Telephone receiver pressed against my wet ear, whispering the move so the wiretaps don't hear. Underneath the leather shell and coat gripping steel, calculating every single risk that is real. Unmarked sedans crawling down the boulevard slow, headlights extinguished in the midnight glow. Is it state troopers setting up a wiretap ring? A local opposition trying to eliminate the king? I tell my partner down the line, clear the front door, evacuate the safe house, sweep the hardwood floor. Raindrops slapping on the rusted metal booth hood, maintaining total control like a monarch should. Street level paranoia running through my bloodline, executing strategy on public telephone line.
Yeah, wipe the glass clean. Look.
Surveillance creeping through the rain and the fog, mastering the art of staying off the federal law. Federal law. I spot the setup early before the trap can close, distinguishing the allies from the undercover foes. Second dark sedan pulls up beside the fire hydrant, driver looking shady with a posture real silent. I whisper down the receiver, initiate the ghost move, shift the cargo reach, get the team in the groove. I slam the heavy phone down, stepping out into the storm, keeping my composure cool. Collective in warm Timberland boots, splashing deep inside the street drain, navigating shadows through the heavy night rain. Blue lights flashing 5 blocks up the avenue, proving that my street intellect is sharp and true. Amateur operators panic when the sirens blow, while I maneuver through the alleyways moving low. 12-bit SP1200 crunching on the drum loop, protecting every asset of the Kingpin group. 3 steps ahead of the badges and the street snakes, minimizing all the critical and costly mistakes. They can tap the payphones and patrol the block late, but the monarchs already sealed the city's whole fate.
Yeah, look.
Surveillance creeping through the rain and the fog, mastering the art of staying off the federal law. Federal law. Surveillance creeping through the rain and the fog. Federal law. Federal law. Surveillance creeping through the rain and
mastering the art of staying off the federal law. Yeah, 3 a.m. payphone whispers. By the time the cruisers hit Atlantic, the booth's empty. Quarters in the corn return, ghost in the fog, street noir royalty. We out.
Count the bars, look.
60 seconds on the clock. No pauses, no breaks, no oxygen.
You come into this ring with basic cadence, you get overwhelmed on the first exchange. Lock the studio doors, dial the speed up, and don't blink. Welcome to the 16-bar blitz.
Let me show these part-time spitters what continuous rapid pressure feels like. Look, come on, count the bars.
I'm commanding the 16-bar blitz, where you seen these car hits, executing clean sweet far trips, stacking green sheets, star hits. Automatic precision when I step into the box, dropping rapid fire equations while I buy out the blocks. Amateur spitters are stumbling, mumbling, gasping for breath while I'm delivering the blitzkrieg rhythm that leads to their death. High velocity tactics with a heavy set weight, executing plays that decide the block state. Wind tunnel pressure blowing straight through the grid, showing every single rival what the Brooklyn Monarch did. From Fulton Street corner ciphers fast in the dark, to leaving every slow moving novice in the park. They can never catch the breath control, never hold the crown. When the heavyweight monarch comes to liquidate the town, multi-syllabic artillery firing straight through the booth. Undisputed king dropping high-speed truth.
Yeah, check the time, look.
Continuous pressure running high speed through the booth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. My internal engine operating at max maximal torque, dominating every single boulevard in New York, paralyzing competition when the momentum shifts fast, leaving every slow-minded rival stuck inside the past. You choking on oxygen by the third or fourth ball, while I'm riding on the slipstream like a five-star star. Tactical enforcer draped in heavy leather gear, striking every single hater with a cold, sharp fear. Flawless execution, technical breath, control supreme, dominating every single corner boy dream. They brought basic arithmetic to a high-speed fight, getting crushed underneath the weight of Brooklyn speed. Might supreme authority, crushing the whole squad, moving like a high-velocity lyrical god. So let the hi-hats roll while the sub-bass rattles long, immortalizing blitzkrieg power in the bulletproof song.
Yeah.
Look. Continuous pressure running high speed through the booth, undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth. Undisputed reign of the 16-bar blitz truth.
Yeah.
16-bar blitz.
No clauses.
No oxygen tanks needed. Tell the engineer to lock the master cut. We just set a speed record at 106. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed, Style, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island.
Rapid pressure. Bad boy for life, baby.
We out. We out. We out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Count the clicks, look.
Yeah. Every second paid in full. You can't verse the tempo if you don't know how to keep time. Set the clock, tighten the screws, and don't miss a beat. Welcome to the metronome mobster. Let me show these sloppy spitters what precision looks like at maximum speed. Look, come on, count the clicks, huh?
I'm the metronome mobster, set the tone master, stepping home lobster, jet alone proctor, calculating equations while I'm pacing the block. Never slipping on the rhythm when I'm winding the clock. Every offbeat rapper getting crushed in the grid, showing every single rival what the Brooklyn King did. Mechanical precision, moving fast in the dark, leaving every sloppy spitter paralyzed in the park. Sub-bass rattling, my engine on torque, dominating every avenue across New York. Pulling velocity cadence when I step to the mic, executing every hit with a surgical strike. Heavyweight stature with an automatic tongue, slicing through competition while the pendulum swung. Undisputed timing on 106 bounce, weighing every single bar down to the exact ounce.
Yeah, check the pendulum, look.
Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. I'm a clockwork enforcer with a bulletproof stance. Never give an amateur a secondary chance. Watch him choke on the oxygen and stumble on the snare while I'm floating over triplets with an elegant air. High speed processing, my engine supreme, dominating every corner boy's fantasy dream. You brought basic arithmetic to high velocity math, getting swept off the pavement on a dangerous path. Double time acceleration, hitting like a freight train, inflicting total terror on a competitor's brain. Heavyweight stature in a tailor-made coat, holding every single rapper by the neck and the throat. 106 BPM, ticking rapid and clean, operating as the rawest spitter ever been seen. So let the hi-hats roll while the sub-bass knocks, keeping absolute control across all 6 blocks.
Yeah, look.
Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did. Never miss a beat on what the kingpin did.
Yeah.
Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on. Never miss a beat on.
Yeah, metronome mobster. Perfect time, 0 mistakes. Set your watches to Brooklyn Standard Time. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Fort Greene, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Clockwork precision, bad boy for life, baby.
We We out, we out, we out, we out, we out. Yeah. Check the assembly. Look, roll the bay doors down and kill the lights outside. They bring us factory standard rhymes, but we strip them down to the bare metal in 30 seconds flat. Swap the engine, restamp the block, and run it out the back gate. Welcome to the chop shop cadence. Let me show these part-time mechanics how a true master dismantles the track at high speed. Look, come on, check the assembly. I'm operating the chop shop cadence, dropping top-notch statements, slicing through hot block pavement, collecting stopwatch payments. Air wrenches spinning while I'm stripping down the frame, leaving every slow mechanic weeping in the game. You bought a factory standard cadence that is rusted and weak, while I restamp the engine block before you can speak. High pressure pneumatic power slicing through the steel, showing every single rival how the monarch really feel. Heavyweight stature leaning back against the bay, running midnight operations out in full into the day. Sparks flying off the grinding wheel, cutting through the dark, leaving every basic spitter stranded over in the park. Rapid fire assembly line running at full speed, giving every street corner all the horsepower it need. Multi-syllabic mechanics locked down in the vice, executing plays that pay the high roller price. Yeah, restamp the block. Look at the industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. Look at the industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. My internal engine block operating at peak performance, crushing competition with an overwhelming enormous stance. We swap the VIN numbers, then we roll out the back, slicing every single rival when I'm stepping on the track. You choking on the exhaust fumes and tripping on the wire while I'm accelerating triplets through the high-octane fire. Heavy leather shorting coat draped over my chest, proving why the Brooklyn King operates the absolute best. Full throttle acceleration, never overheating the engine, delivering a high-speed double-time venture. Stay raw basic hand tools to an industrial fight, getting dismantled completely in the dead of the night. Triple beam precision with a bulletproof flow, dominating every avenue everywhere I go. So let the hi-hats take while the sub-bass battles, winning every single high-velocity street battle. Yeah, look, industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. Industrial power stripping down the beat real fast, leaving every amateur mechanic stuck inside the past. Yeah, chop shop cadence, clean assembly, zero defects, stripped to the bone. Tell a garage crew to pack up the tools and roll a custom frame out front. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Midnight mechanics, bad boy for life, baby. We out. We out. Cutting through the windshield, leaving every basic spitter frozen in a cold fear. Rapid fire acceleration, moving like a drag race, giving every street corner all the power in the place. Multi-syllabic fuel injected straight into the core, executing plays that keep us winning even more. Yeah. Red line, motor. Look, maximum velocity, tearing through the highway red, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did. Maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzed at what we did. My internal verbal engine operated full throttle, sipping chilled expensive vodka straight out of the bottle. We bypass the radar and we vanish in the night, slicing through the opposition with a high-speed mic. You choking on the exhaust and gasping for some air while I'm floating over triplets with a heavy set glare. Heavy leather Sherlin coat draped over the frame, proving why the Brooklyn Monarch dominate the games. Win turbo velocity, never losing traction, delivering a double-time surgical reaction. They brought basic bicycles to a high-octane race, getting past on the asphalt race without a trace. Triple beam accuracy with an automatic flow, dominating every boulevard everywhere I go. So let the hi-hats roll out of sub-bass battles, winning every single high-speed lyrical battle. Yeah. Look, maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzing what we did. Maximum velocity, tearing through the highway grid, leaving every slow spitter paralyzing what we did. Yeah, velocity versus pedal to the floorboard, needleberry past 160. Tell a crew to clear the highway and lock down the precinct. Shout out to Fulton Street, St. James Place, Bed-Stuy, Marcy, Queens, Bronx, Staten Island. Pure acceleration. Bad boy for life, baby. We out.